Hi guys. I feel like it took me forever to get here, so thanks for being here. Thank you also for being a part of my community. Thank you to every person who places an order with me. Thank you to my team. Thank you to my friends who just shout out and support me, fellow demonstrators, colleagues, Sarah Douglas, Shelley Gardner for coming up with this great company. I am just super grateful to be here and to do what I do. Now, tonight, I'm going to do two back-to-back videos. The first one is going to be all about Alaska. So if you're looking for information on the BOGO, I am going to do one here in a little bit, but I wanted to put it separate so that I didn't clog your inbox with things that you might not want to see. So tonight I want to talk about Alaska, and I took notes because there is a lot to love about this incentive trip. Now, to be fair, I'm going to say to start, I wasn't excited about going to Alaska. We've gone twice with Stampin' Up, and I love the scenery. I love seeing the people, but I'm always cold. So thankfully, we won't have to worry about that next year because we're going to Costa Rica, and then my husband might, be over hot. So it's one of the things, but I wasn't excited until I got to Seattle and I got to see my friends on the bus. And I hugged so many people. Hey, Princess. Hello from Massachusetts. I love it. And then I got home and it is nice and warm here in Massachusetts. I have the air conditioner down to 75, which is really funny, but that's the temperature that's cold to me. So, all right, so let's get started. We flew into Seattle. I took some notes here. And the first day, we actually flew in a day early. Oh, don't mind my little friend here. We flew in a day early, and Stampin' Up put us up in a hotel for the first night, which I have to tell you, this was huge. We have been to Seattle a bunch of times. We've done the Space Needle. We've rented a car. We've been out. We've done that like on our time. This time we went to the hotel. We grabbed, a sandwich and a soup and we split it. And then we went to bed. Like I slept like a crazy person. I think 13 hours the first 3 nights of this trip because life in general and taking care of the house and taking care of my family, I needed some rest. So I did. I went to bed. It was great. So Stampin' Up arranged to have our bags transported from the hotel to the ship. So once we got settled at the hotel, all we had to do was drop our bag the next morning and they took care of it, and we didn't see it again until we got to our stateroom, which was a huge benefit. And I'm sure it was an expense to the company, and I'm so grateful they did those extra things that you just don't expect. Thank you, Diana. Oh, and Diana, I have a little extra something special for you when it comes to BOGO. Hey, MJ. When I do BOGO, I'm going to show yours as an example because you already have done BOGO with me. And yeah, so anyway, that'll be in video too. So after they transported our bags, we made our way to the shuttle, and we were on the first shuttle, and that was good because Brian and I purchased something from Royal Caribbean that's called the Key. And we cruise with them frequently. So the Key is something that, first of all, it covers your internet. And we knew that we wanted to buy the internet. Well, for just a couple dollars more a day, you get some extra perks. So when we got to the terminal, everybody gets in the Disney line and they're going back and forth and walking back and forth and back and forth to get through security. And they're like, oh, you get the key? Oh, here, slide to the left. We walked right through security, put our stuff on the belt. We were on the boat in less than 5 minutes. It was amazing. So as part of the Key, when you get on board, you get to go to a special luncheon, and we had steak dinners as we got on board, which was really great. And then during the week, if you're part of any shows and you reserve shows on the boat, they have a separate seating area, and you can, even if the place is full and you've reserved a thing, they'll put you in the Key area, which is special seating just for you. If there is a port where they have to tender a boat, You can get off the boat whenever you feel like it. You don't have to schedule it like everybody else. So it's just like a VIP. And then again, getting off the boat, we just had to find the key exit, and they kind of slide you out the back door. Everybody else is walking around and around the boat to try, because they have to have an orderly fashion. But with the key, they just slide you out the back door, and we were off the boat in minutes. So luggage arrived. Let's see. So I'm gonna skip back a little bit because I had some questions. Mary Harrison asked what my favorite incentive trip is. That's like asking me my favorite Stampin' Up! Color. I've always obviously loved some locations more than others. Even Alaska wasn't my favorite, except I got this cute little guy. This one, he makes me so happy. Squirrel. Actually, it's not a squirrel, it's an eagle. Anyway, so if I had to pick, my two favorite places are Rome and, well, the Mediterranean in general, the Rome and the, we went to Barcelona and the Sagrada. And then the Big Island, we did an incentive trip there, and every time I leave the Big Island, I cry. In fact, my husband and I had our honeymoon at the same resort that Stampin' Up! Took us to on the Big Island several years ago. So it was kind of like a happy anniversary, honey. I earned the trip. Let's go back to where we honeymooned, which was really sweet. I have to say, like, my favorite place is beside all of my friends that are on the trip, because I wasn't even excited until I got to the bus. And we're in Seattle and we're boarding the bus to go to the hotel, and just all the hugs and the camaraderie and the, you see these people, the majority of these people every year. And that's the only time you get to see them and catch up. And, it's funny. We've all been through life together. Like, it's my 20th year. So, some of these folks I've known for that long. And so I guess my favorite place is right beside all of those people. However, I will say it's incredibly humbling to be able to go to places like Fiji or Thailand. And yes, I work really hard to get there, but it's even more special because I get to go in this umbrella of people where I don't know that I would travel to Thailand by myself. I don't know that I'd feel confident enough to travel that alone, but right beside, 277 of my closest achiever friends, you feel like you can go anywhere. So that answers that question. Dawn asked what the best view was, my favorite food, and the biggest takeaway. So the biggest takeaway for me is the things that I put value on. I put value on people and seeing everybody, and I put value on the experiences that I wouldn't get the opportunity to do if it wasn't for all of you and for Stampin' Up. And that's my big takeaway from that. I just have this overwhelming sense of gratitude and super humbling. Best view. We've been to Seattle a bunch of times, but I don't think I've ever seen the mountain in the background. It was super, like, beautiful, clear day, and we could see the mountain off in the distance behind the Space Needle, and the skyline was just so beautiful. The mountain views, the view of the glacier, and we can go back to this after, but the view from the glacier right up close, we were within a quarter mile of the glacier because we took an excursion, and boy, that was pretty unreal. Like, when would you ever have the opportunity to do something like that? And then favorite food, Dawn asked. I got to try king crab legs. They were $99 for 1 pound. So Brian and I bought a pound and we split it. And I live in New England and I am a fan of Maine lobster and I love Maine lobster, but I think it beat Maine lobster. I think it's the most amazing food. It was so good. Yeah, I can't even say enough about that. So let's go back. So in Sitka, we took a free shuttle to downtown, and we had halibut fish and chips. I've never had that, which I thought was cool. And there really wasn't much. We didn't go too far. Oh, Joan, it was just so beautiful. That I loved the whole view. Geez, if I had known, we could have, like met up while we were there. But it was kind of quick, and I just did a lot of sleeping. um, but we tried the halibut fish and chips in Sitka, and then I wore the wrong shoes. I know that sounds funny, but my feet got sore, so we just decided to mosey back to the ship, and I was still pretty tired from traveling, so I think we slept like 13 hours for the first 3 days. 13, 13, and 13, and I'm not even kidding. It was so needed. I've been working really, really hard, so to have a little bit of time off was just a blessing. So we got into Skagway the next day, and Stampin' Up! Paid for us to go on a train ride to the top of the mountain. We've been on this train ride before. Last time we paid our own way. This time Stampin' Up! Gifted us an experience. So, we didn't get luggage tags, and I'm okay with that. We got these beautiful, cool experiences, and I met a new friend on the train from Canada, and we are talking about teaming up to do classes. So we just really gelled and had plenty of time to sit and talk and connect. It was really good. The last time I was on that train, I left my wallet on the train. And you would think that would be a bad memory, but it wasn't, because the conductor found my wallet and it was back on board the ship before I was. There are still good people in the world, kids. It's just so cool to go somewhere and have something like that happen and then have it all fixed. So that was a good memory from Skagway from last time. And then going on the same train ride again was just really nostalgic. Okay, so the next day was an at-sea day, but we took an excursion where they took us from the big boat onto a small boat. And Brian and I boarded this smaller vessel, and the big boat sailed away from us, and we have video of that, by the way. And then we sailed closer to Dawes Glacier. So we were less than a quarter mile from the glacier. And if you stood outside, it was raining and it was cold, so I didn't stand outside very long. But when you did stand outside, you could hear the noises of the glacier. So the pieces just breaking off into the ocean. It was pretty dramatic. And that's where I found my little friend. We saw plenty of eagles. And on that boat trip, we also saw whales, harbor seals. We saw 2 mother and baby whales, and they were coming up out of the water. I have pictures of whale tails and whales themselves that we took and got. So that particular excursion was unbelievable. So as the glacier is literally kind of coming into the ocean, these big chunks of blue ice are floating around, and some brown ice too. So off the front of the ship are girl tours. So everybody running this boat was a girl. There were no men in charge. So the captain was a girl, the people serving, everybody was girls. They went ice fishing off the front of the boat. So the ice fell off the glacier. They went out there with fishing line and picked up these rocks. So we got to touch one that was all like, sedentary, and then the other one, which was pure glacier ice, thousands of years old. So I put my mittens on that my crafter friend made me, because you know me, if I get cold, I don't go back. And I got pictures of myself holding a piece of glacier ice. It's not blue once it gets to your hands, because we learned that while it's kind of in its natural form part of the glacier, it is so dense that it breaks down and becomes a mineral. And that's why when you look at it, the blue reflects back, because it's actually a mineral. It's not pure. It's so old. It's like beyond H2O, which I think is really cool. But once it drops in and it melts, it becomes a regular color. So they took this ice that they pulled out of the water, chopped it up, and used it to make margaritas on board, which I thought was pretty cool. Hey, Ruth. Good to see you. Hi, Joan. Jolene. So then at the end of this trip, and we saw all kinds of wildlife, and it was just unbelievably cool. I asked them if I could have an ice cube. So they gave me a cup with an ice cube, and I brought it back to my room and put it in a travel safe bottle. So I have my own piece of the glacier that I brought home. I do want to get a bottle, a blue bottle like the Water Boy, but I wanted to make sure that I could get it home. so that's my silly little self on that. All right, so I'm gonna flip to my hands here for a minute because I got a whole bunch of other things to show you. Obviously, this is my name tag for the week. And there were gifts from friends. I don't know if I have them all here. This was from Rosemary Gonzalez. Really cool laser printed tag. And this came in the mail. I thought I'd share it since I'm here. It's celebrating 20 years. So that's pretty awesome. And now I am on the countdown for my $1 million in sales. And when I come back for the next video to talk about BOGO, I can talk more about that. My husband and I went and had dinner at a place called Wonderland. This place, my picture slid out. This place is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. So they had drinks where you could take, put the blue pill or the red pill. I definitely want to be the smaller, one pill makes you larger, one pill makes you small. But this is my husband and I posing for a picture in Wonderland. And they have a lot of cool different culinary things that I've never tried, which I thought was cool, but we had fun. So that was our picture from there. And what did I do on my day off? Well, I grabbed a colored pencil and I started coloring. I didn't finish, but that's okay. And we had make and take. We had prize patrol every day. This is that sparkle paper, and you're not seeing it in the video well, but it's got lines in it. And this actually, you can color it any color, so that makes the silver pop out. We got a pack of that. We got a pack of this Sunflower Fields Designer Series paper. I don't think that this is available yet. I can show you. Let me open it. It's beautiful, by the way. Let's see. And again, if you're looking for the BOGO stuff, it's coming. I'm going to jump off here. I've got about 20 more items to add to the BOGO, and then I'll explain how it all works. But that's the front and back. Let me go a little closer so you can see better here. So front, back. They did some projects on the screen with it, front, back. Wow, that's pretty. It's funny because it's just printed, but it almost looks 3D like that. Ugh, sunflowers. I mean, how do you go wrong? That sunflower embossing folder, it's like you can't keep it in stock because everybody just loves it so much. These are gorgeous. Can't wait to play with them for fall. By the way, you may have just seen all the things I got for myself on the incentive trip. I literally bought myself that little shoulder eagle, but he's so cute. Okay, so then my friend who lives in Canada gave me this scrapbook layout because she did a swap. I don't know who this one belongs to, but I am doing a retreat in June that is Americana themed. So I'm super excited to take some pictures at my retreat and use this page for that. And she also gave me, Jacinta gave me her 12 by 12 swap. So I'm super excited to be able to use these pages in my memory keeping. Okay, and then they had, I had Prize Patrol, so I won this stamp set, which is currently on pre-order, and this one, which is currently on pre-order, and this embossing folder, which is also currently on pre-order, which I already bought, which is fine. Probably raffle it at my team meeting. And my friend Annie made me this cute little keychain with a turtle on it. Annie Oshro. Annie was one of the first people that I ever met in Stampin' Up. So my first convention, I went by myself. and I didn't know anybody there. And I met Annie in line, and we have been friends ever since. So 20 years of friendship there. Shout out to Annie Oshro. She's amazing. She always brings me um, stuff from Hawaii. She lives in Hawaii. Okay, so I'm going to go through my swaps real quick. This is Carol Johnson. I love this, by the way. Isn't this pretty? It's got that reflective designer series paper. Stunning. Okay, let's see who we've got. Kim Pelez. Hope I didn't butcher that. Beautiful. And then this is no name on the back, sorry. And then this looks like a Donna Shulks, British Columbia. This looks like it's gonna be a 3D. I have to open it. It's heavy. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. So it opens here. Have a great birthday. Here's to a new chapter. Wow. Today is your day. Beautiful trifold. And she included an envelope and the measurements. How nice. Thank you so much to Donna. And then this one is discount opportunity. Shelley Levinson. Beautiful. I love the rich colors and the pop of metallic. Lots of love. Great stamping. There's a whole lot of Wink of Stella on that too. I don't know if you see it, but it's all like through the green. And this is Tracy Travis, good friend of mine. And then happy birthday, Tamara Bertram, my friend from Canada. We've done classes together. So pretty. Thinking of you today, Candy Rattray. I love the way she used the butterflies. And there's that sunflower embossing folder. Oh, okay. Anybody know what language that is? Fanny Scrap. Okay. A little something to say hello. Wow. I love the layout on this. So this is from the pre-order that just came out. Monica Gilberti. Wow, this is beautiful. Thank you, Monica. Happy birthday, Joe Golden. I like the pop of gold through the middle. Thank you for participating in the swap. Take care. This looks like it's on an arm, so this is just one of those cards that opens from here. And Kim Dent, another name like that I've known since I've been in Stampin' Up. She's been around forever and ever. Simone Bartram. This feels thick, so I'm opening it. Let's see. Oh, I ended up with the belly band is inside the bag still, but that's okay. Wow. Wow. Holy smokes, look at this. That's amazing. Happy birthday to me. I get this cool card. Thank you, Simone from Australia. Wow. Stunning. Love the way that comes together. It's heavy. That's going to need extra postage. Or one that you hand to somebody, you know? Darn. And then the belly band can just slide back over the top. Wow. You don't expect that. Okay, and then Thankful for You, right? Amazing. Karina Chin. This one feels kind of heavy too. I'm just going to open it to make sure that there's no fun fold. Oh, look. Whoop, another fun fold. So that's cute. I like the way it's just a couple of scores and the whole front stands up. That's really cool. What a great idea. And that's Karina Chin. Okay, so finally we have Tim Tams. My friend Pam brought me these. My friend from England brought me a whole big thing of dairy milk chocolate, which is the fruit and nut is my absolute favorite chocolate of forever. So anyway, let's see. I'm gonna switch back. Can I? Okay. So after the harbor tour and the seals, that little boat took us back to Juneau, and we had king crab, and we had mac and cheese with brisket. I made myself notes. Um, I can't tell you, if you ever get the chance to try king crab, you gotta go for it. I mean, it was $99 a pound, so we just shared a pound because, just to say we tasted it, and wow, unbelievable. Then the last stop is British Victoria, Columbia. A couple of my friends went to a tea shop there and had high tea. Others went to go visit the flower gardens. We have already been there a bunch of times, so we just decided to stay on board, and we booked the Taste of Royal, or no, the Chef's Table, sorry. And apparently everybody else who had booked the tour forgot, or they just didn't show up. And so it ended up being just me and Brian in a restaurant by ourselves with our own waiter and our own chef, and 6 courses with wine pairings. And it was the most amazing dinner. It's so cool to have all of that attention just for yourself. It makes no sense at all. And one more thing, during the week, I did find a few little stowaways. These are tiny little ducks that I found on board. If you cruise, ducks are a thing. I usually bring ducks, and I just didn't have any. I ran out of time. So this is a little turtle duck. So some people, I heard, hid different things other than ducks. But this one came from Dawn Griffith. She handed it to me in the hallway. Again, it's the people. I mean, I just get to see so many friends and just sit around the boat and play trivia and just catch up on life and see how everybody is, and hope that we get to see them again next year in Costa Rica, and then again in the Mediterranean, because they announced that the 2028 trip, which we can start to earn in October, is to the Mediterranean, one of my favorite ones. So that is the Alaska recap. Did you guys have questions for me? If you have questions, I'll hang out here for a couple more minutes, and if not, I'm going to jump off. I got about 20 items to add to BOGO. Char, yes, I did. I sang karaoke one night in one of the lounges. I sang Lady Gaga, the Tom Cruise movie, Hold My Hand, and I had fun. And I was nervous because, you're in a different spot. I don't usually get nervous singing, but I did for some reason. And then they had live band karaoke on Thursday night, and Tammy White's son sang, and he sounded great. But they signed everybody up. They had probably 25 singers, and then after an hour, they're like, yep, the band's done. Goodbye. So we waited to sing with the live band, and it didn't happen, but that's okay. Kylie and Bruno was there, and he usually sings, if you guys follow Kylie and Bruno. And I saw him the next day. I'm like, dude, we were robbed. They shut us off. So maybe that's because they heard us sing the first night. Who knows? I'm just kidding. Anyway, I hope you, if you want, we can name my new little friend here. Make sure that you let me know if you have a name for him. Yes, Tanya. And when I got home, after traveling home from Seattle, I am a little bit jet lagged. I need a few more days to sleep 12 hours, but unfortunately I don't have that luxury this week. So speaking of, Stampin' Up! Didn't ask me before they, my calendar, before they decided to offer free shipping tomorrow. So I got my act together today and added about 60 items to my BOGO. I have probably I'm looking at the stack, probably 20 more to add. And then once I get them all in the albums, I'm going to go on and do a Facebook Live here. And then I will share it over into the BOGO group after. But I'm going to talk about BOGO, how my BOGO works. It's super easy. You mark off that we'll get into that in the next video. But I'm going to get those items in, and hopefully I'll be back within a half an hour, if not sooner. I was going to say 15 minutes. I know, Jen. So rude. They should just ask me my schedule before they, put the put these specials in. But yeah, no, I changed gears, and actually a huge shout out to my daughter Alexis, who took my mom today to her appointment, and she's offered to take her again tomorrow, which my mom lives about 45 minutes from me, so to make the trip there, it's half a day's worth of work. So I don't know if I'll be going tomorrow or if Alexis will be, but either way, we got BOGO under control, and we're going to jump on in about 30 minutes, and we're going to talk about Diana Jacobs and her BOGO order and how she did such a great job. So we'll show you what she did, and then hopefully it will make it easier for you because you can follow her lead. So, all right, I'll see you guys soon. I'm going to jump off, and I'm going to go get this done. See you soon. Bye.